We have a new lock for our snap-on toolbox, and we're going to be changing it. This is the old style lock. It has this kind of key. It only came with one key, but I can get a copy of it. But I said, I'll get a copy of it. I gotta get it cut. It's almost the same price as buying a whole new cylinder with two keys. So we're changing out the cylinder. But you have to get these drawers out to get access. So on your snap-on toolbox, you have a little tab. You push down. This one is going to be a push-up. Then you just pull it right out. And why do I have Legos in here? I don't know. Don't ask me. Then at the bottom, you have your assembly, which you can gain access to. But this is what we're after. The toolbox I have in the garage actually has a little friction clip on here. This one doesn't. I don't know what that's all about. Maybe it fell off, and it should have a friction clip on it. I believe we're gonna have to lock the box, so this whole assembly is crooked. Or maybe I can just get a wrench in between here. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll try that first. Then once this is out, this is the collar on the back you knock out, and this will pull through. See, in our new style lock with the round key, it has the jam nut, or the lock nut rather, the little, that's actually the lock nut over there. It's just a regular retaining nut, and this is where that bolt in the back's going with a little square. As I said, like my other toolbox inside, this rod is supposed to have a little clip over here, which this one doesn't, so I have to get one. Because look, if this thing falls off, you can do that all day long. You're not going to be able to get into your toolbox. But all this thing does in the back, if you see it, just moves that, and that's the lock. It keeps it up to lock it, down to unlock. So it's very simple. Yeah, that's your other piece over here with a little nut on the end. I'm trying to find the size wrench now. I have a couple next to me. So let's get that thing off, and we can get the whole lock out. But yeah, like I said though before, that's not right, It should have something on the end right over there. So we'll go to the hardware store, we'll get you that. I guess when I find that, I'll add it in the end of the video. What size you need if you're missing that on your snap-on box. But let's see what size that bolt is over there to get it out. I'm using Craftsman tools on a snap-on box. 3/8 is the size you need. I believe I'm gonna have to stick a screwdriver in here to support this, and then I can get that out, or just blast it out with an impact. Maybe I'll do that instead. Alright, you missed it. Instead, you need 2 hands. It's coming. Alright. That's what you got. You got the bracket. Get the little tiny, it does have Loctite on it. Okay, I was gonna say have some Loctite to put on that. We're gonna add some more, and now we just got this nut on the back, which is Gigantor. I'm probably just gonna use a big socket and get that off. That nut is a 7/8. Yeah, we got a snap-on ratchet this time. Off. I should probably support this with 2 hands. It's coming. It's on there pretty tight. Does this come off? Yeah, this whole cylinder will come out of this one too. Okay. Interesting. So you just pull it out, but we're not going to do that. Alright, now we got a tripod now to make a professional quality video. Alright, what do we have on this? We have a little lock ring, nut, and the cylinder. See, this one you could just pull right out, and I'm out of the camera frame, and change it, but we're leaving it that all in there. Now we got an open hole. Let's go see if our new piece fits in. Okay. So this key, when you get it, it's stuck in there, but I don't think it matters. I'm aiming for it because this is how the box inside is. The numbers, I'm gonna put them on like the bottom of it. First, I thought this thing wasn't going to fit in here, but you just have to clock it correctly because it has that weird double D shape. So, there you go. And we can tighten it up from the back with our 7/8 socket. Remember, this first, then the nut. Probably can put some Loctite around there too, but I'm probably not going to do it. flat side. I had to take it out again because I knew something was wrong. But you see this lock cylinder? This little piece has a little bump on the bottom of it, a little indent. That has to go on this side of the cylinder where it's more open. It fits like that. I had it the other way, doesn't work. Put it on the side, doesn't work. So that's something to keep in mind. The old lock distance, you see it over there, the hole cut that little bump rides in. Alright, that's all on now. Tighten it up with the 7/8. Don't go too crazy, but that was actually on pretty tight. That should go right there. It should be good. And now put that piece on we were just playing with. Basically, it's going to look like this. But as you see, I don't have my little holder on there because I'm going to have to get one of those. And you have to take this rod out, of course, to tighten that little bolt in the back. So when you're setting this thing up, if you look very closely, there's a little cutout in this lock. That's going to be unlocked. When the cutout's facing this way, or this cutout to the right, it's going to be locked. So make sure your toolbox is unlocked. You know, this piece has to be all the way up when you set this up, or else it's not going to work correctly. So now, hold all this crap so it doesn't fall apart. Put it to the lock position. Take the key out, and now you can tighten everything up, making sure that little bump over there is in the correct spot in the lock. It goes that way. I had a mirror, I can show it. But again, bump that way, bolt it on, and you're done. When it's in the lock position, then you can just screw with that rod, put it in the right spot. Alright, going in the back. Tighten it up. Because this is in lock position right now. If I turn it, it should be unlocked. And then it falls off. Back together. This is locked, unlocked, locked, unlocked, locked, unlocked. So it works. The one thing I don't like is that that's can fall out. So we are going to find a clip at the hardware store, and we'll add it to the end of this video when we find that clip. Or we don't, we'll come up with something else. That's how you change out your Snap-on toolbox lock, or really any toolbox lock. It's going to be very similar. You just have to remove the drawers to get access to the back of it. Yeah, this is an 8 drawer. Basically the same inside, but as you see, when I shine the mirror, that's one of those little toothed friction clips that are on the end of that rod that keeps it on. So I'd recommend finding something like that to put it on. E-clip would work too if you grind a flat in it, but I don't want to grind a flat. I would think the hardware store has something like that. I think a friction clip, I forget the name of those things, what they're called. It's just like a push-on retainer maybe, something like that. So as I said, I was going to get the clip. Kind of similar to what I have. There it is. We call it a push nut, I believe. I think that's what it's called. You're going to conclude it, and this little bastard, all you do is you just push it right on. You can use a little socket too. And it's kind of actually hard to pull back the other way. That's what we wanted. Excellent. So that's the professional way to change the Snap-on or any toolbox lock on your model. Your model, I don't know, that makes no sense at all. That's how you do it. That definitely, if you're missing that clip, get one. You don't want that rod coming off, because from the lock position, if you start rattling this thing around, you can probably work that thing loose, and it will fall off on you, and you're going to be locked out. If you like this video, thumb up, thumb down, I don't care, thumb somewhere. And if you want to subscribe, you can too. See, when it's unlocked, it's not going to come off because there's no room. Unlocked, it can. Oh, when you put the drawers back in, that's all you do is push it in. Make sure it's locked. You're good.